you doing? Happy Monday. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. And this is Petal. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Poola Guy, the chickens, all of us here at Sussex Squad. Oh, Mama Mia. I always forget Mama Mia. Um, hello, my friends. Again, hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Hope you're having a great Monday. If you're anything like me, you don't really particularly like Mondays, but that's okay. It's just, it's a thing. But anyways, welcome. I just want to say hi to some of my friends in the chat. We have our awesome moderator, Lydia. Hello, Lydia. And Lydia is reminding everyone to please like and share this video. Please do, and subscribe. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we drop a video. And if you're able, join our 2 Cents crew. We'll talk about that later. But other friends that are here, thank you, Lydia. Verda Sanchez is here, and Andy is here, and Ann Fu coming in from my home country, Trinidad and Tobago, my peeps. Hello, my peeps. Let's see who else is here. Ghislaine is here, and Connie Balmer hanging out with us from Switzerland. Hello, Connie. Kenitha is, Kenitha, where are you there? There we go. Keep jumping away from me. Kenitha is hanging out with us here from London. Hello, all London peeps. Not just London, anywhere in the UK, that as a matter of fact, but our UK peeps. Fancy is here. Hello. Let's see. Verda, I got you before. Oh, Emerald is here. Hello, Emerald. How are you? Happy Monday. And Lorna Williams is here. Hello, Lorna, saying hi to Lydia. And Carol is here. Hello, Carol. And who else? Oh, Rochelle is here. Hello, Rochelle. And Karen Warner is here. Hello, Karen. It's like, it's Monday. Good vibes. Thank you, love. Definitely good vibes, good Monday vibes, in spite of how you feel about Mondays. And Jennifer is here. Hello, my friends. And Nancy is here. Hi, Nancy Austin. And Jennifer Cole, and a couple more before we go on, and then we'll say hello to everyone as we go along. Brenda is here. Hello, Brenda. Gwendolyn is here in Hope's Garden. Hello, guys, and all our other 122 of our favorite people hanging out with us, whether you're in the chat or not, or just listening. I hope you all are doing well. Well, what's going on in the world of Sussexes, in the world of royal stuff? Not a whole lot. I mean, there's just, British tabloids making up stuff as they usually make up stuff, because there's no exclusive, at least not until up until when I signed on. I didn't see anything. But you never know. I could be on live and something breaks. So if something breaks and you guys know, tell me, because so far today, Monday, nothing new. Again, just tabloid making up stuff. It's and our faves seem to be in Montecito, just chilling under a tree doing whatever it is they're doing over there. So, but it's one of I guess a squatty, Sussex Spartan Meghan posted this, and I don't think I've ever. I saw it and I was like, have I seen this picture before? I don't think I have. And of course, this is Meghan going in on her wedding day. I'm like, this is such a beautiful picture. I don't think I've seen this picture before. And if I did, I just definitely forgot. But it's just so beautiful. And I was like, wow, whoever the photographer, of course, as a photographer, I'm like totally jealous. I'm like, whoever the photographer is, like, what a find. It's like coming through the doors. And just our little bridesmaids are on the other end, on the other side there. It's so beautiful, this profile photo. And so thank you, Sussex Spartan Meghan, for posting this. I was just like, wow. I mean, I don't know if you guys you probably have seen it, and I'm probably the only one who have not seen it. So, but yeah, just beautiful. Oh, hello to our awesome moderator, Church Nelly. How are you? I didn't catch you in the first time, but hello, welcome, and all of our awesome South Carolina squaddies and North Carolina squaddies, and anywhere in the Carolinas. Welcome. But yeah, this picture I think is so fantastic, and Brazen Hussey KMWW15 posted this. I have to give everybody their credit for posting it. I think I saw like the picture on the left, Megan and the horse. I think I saw it in the documentary. I could be wrong, but I don't know that I saw the picture on the right before. Maybe it was in the documentary too. And I guess, every time I feel like every time I go and watch the the Meghan and Harry docu-series, I pick up something else because sometimes your mind is focused on one thing, and then maybe a picture might slip by, and then 5 views later you're like, oh, I didn't know, I didn't see that picture. And I think that's probably where I am with all of these pictures. I'm like, oh, maybe they were in there and I just didn't notice them. So next time I go back to watching the docu-series, I am going to look out for these pictures to see if I see them. I vaguely recall seeing Meghan and a horse, I think, but I'm not sure. So maybe it's just me, and maybe you guys have seen these pictures before, and you're like, Paddle, what's wrong with you? How come you didn't see it? Oh no, I just didn't. But Connie Barber, thank you so much for supporting. Thank you for your super sticker and always supporting. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, my love. Much appreciate your support. So you guys can tell me, maybe maybe you've seen them and I just like, I don't know, I hadn't seen them before. So anyway, also, I don't know if you if you paid attention to the Super Bowl yesterday. My roommate had it on, and so I was like passing glances. I definitely paid attention when Rihanna came on. I was like, Rihanna! I love Rihanna, and maybe because she's a Caribbean girl. And so it's so funny because there's always like Rihanna and Beyonce, and I've always just been more of a Rihanna fan, and I think because her vibe is so different and just kind of cool and laid back and some of it is very reggae, some of it you can tell the Caribbean vibes in there, and I think I connect to that a lot more. Like, I love Beyonce, don't get me wrong, but if I had to choose, it would always be Rihanna. There's something about her voice and the texture of her voice that it connects with my soul. There's some certain songs she sings, I was like, wow, yeah. So it's just a different vibe, and so I was really happy to see. I know some people today are like, they didn't quite get it because she wasn't as high octave as Beyonce, obviously. I don't know why people are watching Rihanna and expecting Beyonce. Rihanna's never been like Beyonce. Rihanna is very laid back, cool, kind of like, I got this, I'm chill, that kind of a, Caribbean, Barbados. If you've been to Barbados, if you're Bayesian, that kind of cool, laid back kind of thing. That's Rihanna's vibe. So I don't know why people were kind of expecting Beyonce. I'm like, I know Rihanna has been away for a while doing her, makeup stuff and her lingerie stuff, and having a baby and all. And as we saw in the video, baby number 2 is on his way, or his or her way. And so, I don't understand why people are all like, it's like, you forgot who Rihanna is. But if you were paying attention, I was, because for Sussex reason, because last year we know we saw this. And first, when the first picture at the top left, when we saw that picture, we're like, I don't think that's Harry. We were all like, that looks like Harry, but it's not Harry. And who is that girl? And I was like, that's not Meghan. And then obviously it all came out that, so that's Eugenie. Eugenie and Harry were there. And then later on, we got pictures, Harry backstage and him holding the Lombardi trophy and everything. And taking a photo with this young lady that I don't remember what her name is. I think she sang the national anthem, so she took a picture with Harry and he met her, and her mom, her parents were there and all of that. So, part of me yesterday was just like, oh, maybe Harry and Meghan could go. And because earlier in the week, I saw a photo of Eugenie was in Mexico. And at some gallery or something, doing something in Mexico. So I was like, well, Mexico is right there. So maybe she's back in California. Maybe her and Harry maybe this is their yearly tradition, cousins tradition, go to the Super Bowl. And again, they could have gone and just been very private. and we just don't know. So I'm not saying they weren't there, but and we could, maybe they could have gone, and just we don't have pictures or anything because obviously they are going on the down low, and so you know, and we know how they are very stealth with a lot of stuff. But I am very, very, very happy, I'm happy that if they're there, if they were there, that we don't know about it. But part of me was like, "Ooh, maybe we'll see them." So I was like, "Well, all right, I guess we didn't see them. So okay, we'll just remember last year." So yes, Nancy Austin says Rihanna rocked it, and that girl, that's my girl fave as well. Yes, exactly. She's definitely my fave. I love her voice, I love her vibe, and just really, really, of course, some of her stuff is a little risque, but there's just something for me. I connect with texture voices, and hers I connect with because it's just such a realness to it. And so I really connect with that. So I love her, and I love what she did. It wasn't anything flashy, but I'm going to tell you, Rihanna, they were doing these stages that were flying up and down. I have a fear of heights. There is no way you would get me on one of those things. No way on earth. And then, there's a video where the one that Rihanna was on, it was like, did a little bit of a bobble thing. And I was like, oh my gosh. I would be terrified. I would absolutely be terrified. But our girl did her thing. She was up there singing all her hits, and Coco Gauff, she predicted that Rihanna was gonna sing that, so somebody better have my money. Yeah, that one. And so she totally called it. And so we were just having fun with that, in spite of the fact that I didn't see our fave. So I was like, well, let's just content ourselves with our other fave, Rihanna. So that was fun. So I hope you guys, I don't know how many of you are into football. And, I didn't really watch the game. Someone had a t-shirt that says, Rihanna's concert was interrupted by a football game. And that's exactly how I felt. I was like, I'm there for Rihanna. That's it. The football. I actually thought the Eagles was going to win. So this morning when I woke up and I saw the Chiefs, Kansas City. Yeah, I think it's Kansas City. And when I saw they won, I was like, oh, because when I, after the Rihanna game, it says I think the Eagles were leading. So I just assumed they would have won. So big surprise. Anyway, so if you watched the game, I hope you had fun. Let's see what is happening else in the world. I'm going to jump in the chat in a bit, but this is something I wasn't going to talk about, but I'm glad you brought it up. Conversations published 2/12/23. News Corp job cuts cast a shadow over the future newspapers. 47% decline. Rupert Murdoch. Yes. yes. They are laying off people as well. And so I think from all areas, I think maybe from Fox, from New York Post, and all, I guess the Sun and the other entities that he has in Australia, they are they are laying off people. They said that they're doing it to sort of shore up their news, because they do have the news. They have, they have like TV and stuff, and then they also have the newspapers, and they also have publishing. So whatever it is they're doing, I'm just happy to see that decline part of it. I know the Sun has been hemorrhaging money because of all the lawsuits that have been filed against the Sun, Harry including, in that part of with that lawsuit against them. But they have been hemorrhaging money because they have done so many payouts, and they have so many more to go. And so they have been losing a lot of money. So would I be shocked to see the Sun go down? The Sun go down. Hello. The Sun close and go into chapter 11 or something, whatever. I would not be surprised at all. But it's good to see this. Things are looking up. As Christopher Boozy says, News Corp and Rupert Murdoch are going through some things. So let them keep going through their things. It is a good thing to see. So yeah. Church Nelly, right here. She's like, I wish it was 97% drop. Oh man, tell you, I wish it was 100% drop. It just, yes, definitely wish it was 99% drop. It just like, that just need to go. They and the Daily Mail, they need to go away. We shall, we shall see. We shall see. What else I have? It's kind of, as I said, very light in terms of news, Sussex news. One of the wonderful things that's been happening, and it's unfortunate that this is why, but World Central Kitchen, as we know, they are just always running to the struggle. They are, of course, in Turkey and parts of Syria, and they are, cooking and feeding the community there, and it's wonderful. Let's see, it says, to reach as many impacted families as possible, World Central Kitchen's team are partnering with local restaurants able to cook for neighborhoods in need. Yesterday, our restaurant partner, Hazar, delivered 7,000 hot and nourishing meals to residents, including many children, in Adiyaman, chefs for Turkey. And so they are really helping, and goodness, with all the stuff that's going on. Did you guys see the video of that tiny little baby that they pulled out? I was like, the baby is so happy, and I was like, thank you, God, for that they're innocent. And that baby, I don't know if it's a boy or girl, but would never remember this incident, and so that's the only thing. And they been still working to try to rescue as many as possible from under those buildings that came down. So yeah, it's just incredible work. And again, people have asked, whether here on social media, like different places that you can donate to. This is one of the good organizations that you could donate to. The link will be in the show notes as usual. It's there, not this episode, but it's on our other episodes, but it's going to be on this at the end of this. I'll put it in the show notes, so you can just click. And again, as with everything, vet. I'm always letting it was like, make sure you vet organizations before you donate anything, whether it's this or any of the other organizations that are providing service to Turkey and Syria right now. Definitely vet them. Make sure that you know where you're sending your money and you feel okay with that. So there you go. Let's see what else is happening. Harry's book, of course, doing amazing. Still number one. The Sunday Times of UK, the Sunday Times bestseller list. I think I did this a couple of days ago. I'm not sure. I think I had this, but may not. It says Prince Harry still rules victorious at the top of the charts, but he may soon be rivaled by Jay Shetty of Think Like a Monk fame. His new offering, 8 Rules of Love, debuted at second place. So there you go. Jay Shetty is number 2. Jay Shetty is a really cool guy. Very, very inspirational. If you haven't seen his videos on YouTube, very, very inspirational. But in the UK, as with most of the world, Spare rules. And of course, we know Spare is number 1 in the New York Times bestseller, again, for the 4th week. Also, Southern California. I mean, it's number 1 just about everywhere. I saw something where in the Netherlands, it's also number 1. And so it's just, everyone is enjoying Spare. And I am also still into Library Twitter. Library Twitter is fun. I love them. I was just like, again, I didn't know they exist before Spare, but I love Winnipeg Public Library posted this, still waiting on Spare. And then they, if you follow the little arrow, it says, as we don't have a spare to spare. Check out the other titles while you wait. But I just love their humor. It's like, as we don't have a spare to spare. So I love all the fun things that they've been doing, with Spare, and just they've just made it so fun. Again, I never paid attention. I didn't even know they existed. But it's just all these just funny little things from different libraries, and they've all been so excited about Spare. Again, I've never seen bookstores and libraries this excited about a book. Maybe Harry Potter, and again, I wasn't paying attention when Harry Potter was out, so maybe they all were. This is my first experience with it, so it's just been funny and just cute, and definitely all these libraries have hundreds of people on the waiting list. Even some of our squaddies in the regular comments have mentioned that being on waiting lists, and there are hundreds of people, 160 something people on a waiting list. And it's just like, so they basically have to speed read to get it back to the, if they're holding the physical book. So it's just really, I just think it's fantastic. So yeah. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, talk about Harry's book. The last time we talked about TK Maxx was when these people are just so ridiculous. Harry, as we remember in his book, talked about, going to TK Maxx for discounts when they have like their clearance. That's when he would buy his clothes, because Harry's just not a clothes person. So he would go buy the discount stuff. And, one would think that TK Maxx would be like, oh, wonderful, great advertising but no, because TK Maxx has a relationship with Prince Charles and the Princess Trust. And because the Independent, who was functioning like a tabloid, decided to go and try to, oh no, let's just prove Harry wrong in everything in the book so we can, critique, be critical of his book and bash his book, whatever. Got some crazy, stupid person I guess a manager, to go, make a really stupid statement denying that they have sales. Harry's talking about getting his clothes at the clearance sale. Never mind, as you can see at the bottom, look, they're literally in the tabloids. That was what the Daily Mail. They also had it in the Mirror at the time, I think, as well. Prince Harry spotted shopping at a high street Kensington store. TK Maxx even tweeted out in 2013, Harry is there shopping. And then, they have the audacity, as we remember, to claim like, oh, we don't have sales. And according to, as you can see, the TK Maxx article in the Independent, TK Maxx denies Prince Harry's claim about shopping retailers' annual sales. And TK Maxx denied Prince Harry's claim about shopping the retailers during the yearly sales when he mentioned, which he mentioned in his memoir, Spare. In his book, which was released January 10th, the Duke of Sussex reflected on buying from TK Maxx during their once-a-year sale. However, TK Maxx has now responded to the royals' claim, noting that the stores don't do sales. And you're like, what? And then they're going to say, whilst we're delighted that the prince is a big fan, we thought we should explain that we don't do sales. A spokesperson for the brand told Express. Instead, we offer great value, style, and savings all year round. And it's just like, are you serious? We don't do sales. And so what happened to that? We know if they were shamed, ridiculously shamed after that stupid comment with people posting tons and tons and tons of their sales, including them. These are TK Maxx own tweets, apart from the Mirror where they had a 90% off clothing sale. It's just like even other tabloids in the UK, like the Mirror, were calling them out on that stupidity. It's like, and it's really wild. It's like, we love Friday payday. For one last January clearance spree. And it's just like, you're tweeting about your sales, loving the January sales. And you're like, oh, we don't do sales. And so instead of taking advantage of the massive promotion you will get from a Prince Harry's book, they have to be clowns. And what happens? Well, this is what's happening. Edinburgh News, TK Maxx and HomeSense will be closing a number of their stores over the next couple of weeks. It has been announced. It comes as the latest blow to UK high streets, with the likes of BBQ, Nationwide, Halifax, among others, announcing closures. Branches, the TK Maxx branches in Scotland, England, and Wales have been named among those to go. The decision has been motivated by issues such as relocation and conclusion of a lease. And so, instead of them taking advantage of Harry's promotion and the massive worldwide publicity, they had to go be clowns, and now their stores are closing. Now, I'm not saying, it's closing because of Harry, but the fact that they didn't take advantage of this, it couldn't have helped their sales any. It is just so ridiculous. It is. I mean, now I'm sitting here waiting for the New Zealand Air with their own clownery. So I would not be surprised if they're going through if they're going through their things right now as well. But it's just really, really stupid of TK Maxx. And now it's just like, well, y'all was sitting there, you wanted to uphold your relationship with Prince Charles. I hope he comes and bails you guys out, And now they're also claiming that, oh no, it's fine. We could be opening new stores and all of that stuff. But I was like, sure. Tell that to these communities where you're closing their stores. Tell that to these, staff, unless you're rerouting them some other places. Tell that to them. But again, the stupidity of this is just like, it's unreal that they would allow a tabloid to talk them into something that stupid and then got humiliated because tons and tons and tons of people, including some of very UK tabloids, were calling out their lies and stupidity for claiming they don't have sales. It's just like, stupid. But anyways, maybe they'll learn their lesson, maybe not, so anyways, let's jump into the chat and see what you guys are saying. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's see before we move on. Oh wait, somebody. Oh, whoa. What is this? Sorry for your loss, Carmen. Praying for you and oh my goodness. Carmen Bennett, I am so sorry for your loss. I don't know the details. I'm literally just seeing this. So I am so sorry. And the fact that you're here, my condolences to you and your family. I'm so sorry. Wow. Again, I'm telling you, life is short. We are seeing this so much. People going through just loss and trauma and grief. It's just, we have to really be praying for each other all the time. It's really, really sad. So my condolences, Carmen, to you and your family. Wow. Let's see. Terry says, serves them right. They're going out of business. They should have cashed in on the free promotion like Elizabeth Arden. I'm telling you, the one thing we haven't seen is Elizabeth Arden lacking, because they were smart enough to, use the attention in their promotion. And, more people like myself who had never heard of that Elizabeth Arden cream before, that lip balm thing that Harry had to use on his frozen tudger. And again, I'd never heard that word before, tudger either. All of a sudden, it was a thing. And people like me who had never heard about it, was just like, oh, Elizabeth Arden, So again, stupidity when you allow British tabloids to dictate, it's unbelievable to be that people would be that stupid, but they are, unfortunately. Our awesome moderator Lydia says they should have just accepted the free advertisement like Elizabeth Arden did. Thank goodness for the receipts. They should have. They sure should have, and they didn't. And now stores are closing. And again, I don't know if if it has anything to do, but again, their stupidity could not have helped sales. That much is clear. Mara says, thanks to Harry and Meghan for partnership with World Central Kitchen. They are really helping the needy in Pakistan. Yeah, they are all over, not just Turkey and parts of Syria, but they are all over, still taking care of people think of a place where a tragedy is, whether it's a flood or fire or earthquake or whatever. They have teams of people around the world taking care of people. So it is just really amazing. And yes, Harry and Meghan have partnership with them. They've worked with them to build kitchens in different parts of the world, like Puerto Rico and Dominica and India during the pandemic. It's just, let's see. Where else? Scrolling up. Dara Elgil says, hello everyone. I listened to Stephanie Miller's show in the morning, and today I heard one of her guests when C Boozy's channel as one of her social media as one of her social medias. Oh, so she is. Oh, she has an account on Christopher Boozy's channel, Spoutable. So Spoutable is going good. I don't know who Stephanie Miller is, but that's awesome that people are talking about Spoutable. They are working. If you're in the Caribbean, as some of our squatties in Jamaica, and I think someone from Guyana, I want to say, we're having trouble logging on because you have to use like your phone number, and they're having trouble authenticating the number. So we have been bringing it to their attention. So they are working through some bugs. As with every new platform, they always have these bugs that they have to fix. So hopefully that fixes. I don't know if anyone else in everyone else in the Caribbean countries, or if you have tried to log on and can't, can you send me an either comment on the regular comment or just send me an email, facts and 2 cents? Because if this is an issue with people from the Caribbean not able to log in, definitely want to let them know, because definitely 2 of our squatties from Jamaica, and I think she's from Guyana. I could be wrong, but I really think it's from Guyana, was also having problems logging in. So, but anyway, it's definitely a different vibe from Twitter. Definitely calmer. People are nicer. More, there are no trolls. Thank the Lord. You have more control of controlling who can not only see your spouts, and on Spoutable it's called spouts, Twitter is called tweets, and and who can respond, and you have a lot more control over it, and of course no trolls. Yes, so it's really cool over there. So if you definitely come over and join if you can. Let's see. Mira also says, and stay on you there, Mira, we should take a whole day just asking people from the UK to stop buying these garbage tabloids. I'm telling you, Mira, I have learned you cannot make adults do what it is they have set their minds to do. We have talked about this, I think, ad nauseum. So, and people still, that's their fix, unfortunately. That is their fix, a lot of their fix. And it's just, and it's always like, it's a tabloid's voice, and it's like, no, if you stop buying it, they won't put it there, but it is what it is. And so no, I'm hoping that all squatties know better and are not buying it or clicking on them or whatever it is they're doing. But if you go on Twitter, there are many, it's like whenever I go back over there, it's like there are many still on those same things, and it's just like, yeah. They're still on the British tabloid, so it's just, there's nothing you can do. If adults want to do something, they're gonna do it, and you just gotta you can either move yourself away from it, or you can stay there and complain. I've chosen to just leave them be and go and in a more positive environment. So yeah. Norma says Camilla tests positive for Mr. C. She tests positive for COVID again. I mean, I saw a report that she was ill. I just assumed she had the cold or something, or the flu. I didn't realize she tested positive for COVID. So, I mean, if you have that, if that's confirmed, let me know. I didn't see that. I just saw, again, I haven't been on, online in a minute since I've been putting this together. So maybe that's why I missed it. But what I saw is that they said that she had like a seasonal flu or something, or illness, I think they call it seasonal illness, and people were saying that is code for she has the flu or something. yeah. So, but anyways, well, as with anything, anybody gets sick, I hope she gets better soon. But let's see. Elaine Parker says, I haven't bought a paper here in the UK in 5 years. Oh, good for you, Elaine. Good for you. And please, I hope, just stay away. So I am happy to hear at least someone says someone is not purchasing. So yeah. Elaine says, yeah, she tested positive and canceled her engagement. Okay. I saw that she canceled it. I didn't realize she had tested positive. Did she test positive before? And again, if this is, confirmed, I'm assuming you guys, it's confirmed if you're saying it. If this is, again, confirmed, these people have not been wearing masks. And it's just, again, think what you can of masks. COVID is still here. It is not gone. That's the reason I still wear my mask. I literally do everything that I was doing when COVID started back in 2020. I have the same patterns because I know it's not gone. People are still getting sick and people are still dying from COVID, even though the press is not really reporting it. So yeah. And it helps to have family members who work in hospitals who are like, COVID is still here. So yes. So yeah, there you go. Let's see what else is happening. Yes, Eamon Holmes. You guys remember Eamon Holmes, that British reporter who, as we can see on the right, he was the one that last year, he was wishing someone would throw Harry and Meghan over the balcony when, word was that they were coming to the Jubilee for the Queen. And his big comment was he wished they would, throw them over the balcony. And so a lot of people complained to Ofcom about that comment. And obviously, as with anything British, nothing ever came of it. There's been no investigation, nothing. He can say on live TV, which is what he did. I think it was GMB, not GMB. I think it was, what is it? GB News, I think it's called. What that really ridiculous right-wing TV channel that, that's what he said there, live TV, and nobody has done anything. So obviously this is Eamon Holmes, after he said that, and then, I think he fell and hurt his back and had to walk with a cane and all of this mess, and he claimed that he was in all this pain. Well, this is Eamon Holmes. A couple of days, or yesterday, Weekend Saved binge watched the second series of Clarkson Farm. My respect to Jeremy Clarkson for his endeavors. Great watch, though wouldn't like to live his life turning tough running a farm. Please make there be series 3, Amazon. Yes, this is the man who, he respects. That word is so important. And of course we know it's the same Jeremy Clarkson that IPSO, that, governing body that's supposed to be the one overseeing the press, their written press, the independent press standard organization that is as toothless and clueless and completely useless as you can be, but they're, investigating. So Eamon Holmes Holmes, OBE, I should say, want the world to know, yes, his respect for Jeremy Clarkson. And yes, he cloaks it in his endeavors. But we know that it's not just him. There are a lot of other reporters as well, including Camilla Tominey and the rest of them. And as you can see, this Spectator article, don't cancel Jeremy Clarkson, because apparently he profusely apologized and it's all Meghan's fault. Because Meghan wants to cancel him, because apparently Meghan canceled, Piers Morgan, and she canceled all these other people apparently. It's all her fault. I mean, even Camilla Tominey and the rest of them angry at Meghan because Meghan refused to accept his apology. So it's her fault that Jeremy Clarkson is where. It's just, this is British press in a nutshell. This is this despicableness of all of these people in a nutshell. And yep, so I'm not surprised I am not surprised that he is advocating and wanting Amazon, even though Amazon is not going to renew his stuff, him wanting another season from Amazon. Of course, it's what you expect from all of these people because they're all the same. Unbelievable. Let's see. What else is there? this happened. Last week we were talking about Reverend Al being in the UK, and this is one of the things that I was thinking, because I saw a photo that he was having, like, I don't know, a get together or a conference or a meeting or whatever with the Black community. It looks like I just saw half of the picture, and Ngozi was in that photo, and so I was very happy she posted this on her Sister Space site today, with her and Reverend Al, and so it's so good to see her. And also she really posted, and I love her, and I love her fight, she posted these two from different people in the community that has been supporting her. And so this is the Investigates 555 posted this, and I love that they used the picture with Ngozi and Susan Hussey at the bottom. And I'm glad, even though she went to Buckingham Palace, she hasn't, to her credit, because I was just like, oh no, she's going to back down, and to her credit, she hasn't. She has not backed away from what happened or called it, unconscious bias or any of those things. She is very clear of what it is, that it's racism. And so I'm glad she uses this. And this person posted this, I guess, on their pages, like, this was the wrong queen to mess with. And so, and it was all these community, these organizations supporting Sister Space and Ngozi. And so they put a picture of Susan Hussey messing with the Queen Ngozi. And also BLM UK also posted something, solidarity with Sister Space. And this is very interesting, and it's also very important, because even though the Charity Commission has gone through, which they should not have done, there's no reason to go investigate this very small charity. No reason at all, other than to intimidate them. And we've been calling this out from the beginning. And I was very happy to see many in the community really started calling out the Charity Commission for going after Sister Space, because, again, this is the same charity did that, Prince Charles, or King Charles, with his whole cash in a bag and all of that stuff, and taking cash from the Bin Laden family, did not go after Prince Charles's charity. They didn't go investigating. In fact, they just literally gave them a pass and literally said that they are trusting the charity, that they did the right thing. So what was the reason for going after Ngozi's charity? So even though they went in there, really, which I think is to intimidate them, they found nothing improper with these charity at all. In spite of all that, reporters, British reporters, like, from the Daily Mail, like Richard Eden, are still attacking her and still riling up their trolls to attack Ngozi and Sister Space. And the other day claiming that they've fallen behind and they haven't filed some, tax stuff and all of that stuff, which the Charity Commission has said nothing about, and so they are still calling on their trolls to attack. And so I'm glad to see Sister Space out there doing their thing and not being intimidated, and they are getting the support from the community. And so it's really good, and part of it, I think, too, why Reverend Al was there was to really, support the community out in the UK. Because, again, they are a minority of a minority. And so it was really good to see. But I'm glad, again, to her credit, she has not backed down. And I'm glad that they're not backing down from, even though, Susan Hussey say, like she didn't, it wasn't intentional and all of that stuff. And Ngozi accepted her apology. I'm still glad that she's not backing down. And she used this picture with Susan Hussey on there. And it says there, this was the wrong queen to mess with. And so I love it. I love her fight. So kudos to her and Sister Space. If you ever on Twitter, they're on Twitter, send them a little encouragement. That would be really awesome. And if you're in the UK, definitely send on some encouragement to Sister Space. Again, they are doing great work out there, helping Black women who are in domestic violence situations, which was what made it so egregious with what Susan Hussey did. And again, all of this time, Queen Camilla has been silent. And even a couple of days ago, she, I think last week sometime, she went to some domestic violence organization somewhere in the UK, and she was there with all of these people laughing, and they're talking and all of that stuff. Of course, she made sure there were Black people there, but she has not spoken out about what Susan Hussey did, or her friends in the Daily Mail, how they've been attacking Ngozi even to this day. So it just, every time I see her with, in these situations, it's like, I don't understand why domestic violence or any kind of violence in, any kind of organization that's supposed to help people, in these situations are in any way teaming up with Camilla. I don't understand. I really, really don't get it. But there it is. So again, people are going to do what they want to do. So anyways, I'm going to go back into the chat for a bit and see what you guys are saying before we move on. Let's see. Lit Lane says, I think we need to sue for harassment. We will contribute towards the fees. Who are we talking about? Who are you suing? Or I'm sure this is probably part of a conversation. It's probably higher up and I didn't see it yet. But who are you suing? Who are we suing? Let's see. Connie Barmer says, I will listen to her podcast when through. Lydia, every new channel is a blessing. Okay, so I guess we are having new Sussex positive channels. Awesome. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. Lit Lane says, after the Reverend's response, they couldn't answer why the article was drafted in the first place. Exactly. And, in the UK, it's like, oh, it was a joke. He did something wrong and he apologized. So it's over now. Why is there, an investigation? And it's just like, they're still not willing to accept the horror of what Jeremy Clarkson did. And these same people will turn around when there is violence against women, when you have, especially in the last week, where 2 families were killed by, the men and their husbands, they're still making excuses. They're still victim blaming in these situations. And the sad part of that is many women in media, like the Camilla Tominys, the Amanda Platels, the Sarah Vines of the world, they're all still taking the side of the abuser. They're all doing it. And it's really sick. And then when something a tragedy happens where one of those men kill a woman or whatever it is, it's the police with their raping. I mean, it's just all of this stuff. Then it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it is happening. When in the media, what you're feeding people is that violence against women is okay. And that is accepted by a lot of reporters in the British media. Just look at some of their writing about the Jeremy Clarkson thing and how they're blaming Meghan because Meghan was calling him out. And it's just, they refuse to accept response. They refuse to do it. Unbelievable. This is Sean. Yes, Sean. Sean is giving us his daily. Yes, Andrew is a sicko man. Disgusting. Yes, he is. And Omid wrote an article. I think we talked about Omid's article the other day, that Andrew is missing a sensitivity chip. He's missing a sensitivity chip. And my response to Omid is like, every single person in the royal family is missing they have no sensitivity chip. None of them have one. We wouldn't have what happened to Prince Harry if they did. We wouldn't have what happened to Princess Diana if they did. It wouldn't happen to, even though she was not a very nice person, Princess Margaret. I mean, on and on. I mean, their family, who they locked in a mental asylum until they died, Queen Elizabeth's relatives, without anyone ever going to visit them or anything like that. I mean, why were they in the first place? None of these people have a sensitivity chip. So I don't even understand why you're just putting it on Andrew. Andrew is just being exactly what he's like the visible representation of what that whole family is. And people with sensitivity chips, like Prince Harry, are the one they're trying to destroy. So Andrew is just being what the rest of them are. I mean, people like to pretend, we have Kate is a hugger now and Willie. I mean, it's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. These people are vicious. They are devoid of sensitivity. They are devoid of compassion. This is whatever you see them doing it's an act. It is an act. And so, yeah, they are disgusting. They're all disgusting right along with Andrew. So, and again, I always say, it's like, if you can accept what Andrew is, if you can accept Charles as king, then you can accept Andrew, because Charles is no better. He is literally no better than Andrew. So, yeah. Keitha says, what's the latest with the court case? I know in 2 days there's a hearing to dismiss the case, but other than that, I don't know. That's the only thing that I know. It's on the 15th, a couple of days. There'll be a hearing to dismiss the case. I hope it's dismissed. I mean, if the judge decides she's not, again, we talked about Florida. From the first day we talked about this case, we talked about people from Florida. Don't be surprised. Yes. And I don't care if it's a judge. Florida, there's something in the water in Florida that they are just different. That's all I'm going to say on that. They are just very different. It's very sick, but just very different. And sorry, squatties who are in Florida, because I don't know how you do it. I literally don't know how you do it. Mary H says, yes, I still wear a mask. Good for you, Mary H. Good for you. I, definitely suggest that everybody keep your mask on. COVID is still here. Let's see. Let's scroll all the way down to see some. Anfu says, but we are told on every network to report abuse. We see Jeremy Clarkson and he got away with abuse. And I think you were talking about William is an abuser as well. Yes, exactly. And we saw Harry talked about William's abuse and, against Meghan verbally and Harry physically. How has the UK termed that? Camilla Tominey apparently wrote an article recently where she equated that to his intense love for her. I'll tell you, when someone described England as the Florida of Europe, they were not kidding. They are seriously not kidding. I don't know how you can see that abusive behavior of William towards Harry. Even the times when, at the funeral, when he's grabbing Harry's collar and pulling him and making that's abusive. And look at that and say, oh, his intense love for, it's really, really, really sick, and that's how they look. And it's just like, well, no wonder men in your country get away with abusing women on the daily like this with no consequences. Because if women in media, this is what you are feeding people, that somehow William, who is the heir to the throne, who has literally abused his brother and really should be investigated by the Metropolitan Police for abuse, that is domestic violence, and you're going to be terming that as intense love? And people will be mocking Harry because Harry, wrote that he fell over into, the dog bowl and all of it. You'd be mocking him as weak when there is domestic violence. And this is the UK. And again, these are the same people. When we have what happened last week with those two families, everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And it's just like, well, this is what you have been advertising is okay. Violence perpetuated by people in power like the Jeremy Clarkson or the Prince William. When you're telling people that this is okay, what exactly do you expect to happen? And I don't understand why people aren't protesting this. I don't understand it. So anyways, unbelievable. Let's see. Cookies and Cream says, I love Rev Sharpton's response. The clip of his interview on GMB need to be plastered over social media, retweeted, let it trend. The more people that see it, the better. Yeah, it was, if it has to do with the squad, we share that everywhere. And so, yeah, that's been shared everywhere. So, yeah, definitely, wherever you are in the world and you see the clip, definitely share it. And so, yeah, again, I definitely appreciate what he said. My only thing, again, was calling out those same reporters, because those two, Susanna and that man who I never cared enough to find out what his name is, her partner on the show, they're, especially him talking about, Jeremy Clarkson apologized to Meghan. He says, no, he did not. And again, he did not. Even when he supposedly sent an apology email, he sent it to Harry, not Meghan, private and confidential to Harry, not Meghan. He has not apologized to Meghan. Whatever the nonsense long thing he posted on his social media, it was all about, him. Wasn't Meghan. He has not named Meghan. He has not apologized to her. So, yeah. And so my thing is that, those are things, and also calling them out for their role in the abuse of Meghan as well. So that was my thing with it. What he said was totally fine, but I wish he would have called them out and hold them accountable as well. Let's see. Connie says, I thought I am weird wearing masks. People do a double check on me. I don't want to be. If I can avoid it. Yeah, people do the same in New York. The majority of people here don't wear masks as well. But, I still wear my mask. I still wear my goggles. People do look at me sometimes weird. I was like, I don't care. I'm weird anyway. You can look at me weird. I'm protecting myself. So, no, wear your mask. My thing is always as my grandmother always says, prevention is better than cure. And I've lived by that. So I have my shots and I wear my mask and everything. I do every single thing I've been doing since COVID started. I do the same thing now. So there you go. Let's see. Lorna says, Pure Team Sussex had a podcast where she said the deposition side of the case was dismissed. I saw something supposedly from there that said that, but the dates on it didn't match up. Like the top of it where it was stamped, it's stamped 2023. But in the letter where the judge signed, it says 2022. That's why I didn't retweet it, and two, I didn't talk about it because I don't know if it was legit. And so someone said, yeah, the date was wrong, so they may have changed it. They may have changed it, but I don't know. So I didn't talk about it because I don't know. People make stuff up on Twitter. They make stuff up on social media that it looks as. So I don't want to, unless I know for sure, I don't want to give people bad information. It could be legit and they just made a mistake. Some people are still trying to get with 2023. That could still be the case. But until I see where it, that is corrected and that, maybe reported by legitimate news outlets, because nobody has talked about it, then I wouldn't say, for me, that's why I didn't say anything about it. I don't know if it's legit or somebody just made it up. I don't trust some things I see on Twitter. So yeah, I hope that's the case. That should be the case, that's dismissed, but who knows? Who knows? I look, I am not putting anything past these people. Again, Florida. So I don't mean to harp on Florida people, but yeah, it's just different there. So there. Let's see. What else I have? Let's see. Oh, did you guys sign up for this? Uplift. This is the Better Up conference that they said it's not another conference, but it's the Better Up conference with obviously Alex Robichaud, who is the owner and co-founder of Better Up, and Prince Harry and Issa Rae. It's a little bit faded. I don't know why it's so faded on this screen. Sorry if you can't read it. But so I hope you guys signed up. I signed up the moment I saw it. So the in-person, because you can be in person, it's like I think about $1,000 or something like that. That is completely sold out. So if you're trying to do in person, no, you're not going to get a ticket. That is completely sold out. But online is free, so you can do online. I don't know if all the speakers that is doing the in-person one, like Prince Harry and Issa Rae, they're going to also be featured on the online. I hope at least a little bit, But but I am definitely signed up for the online one, and that of course is coming up March 7th and 8th. And so Better Up says we are thrilled to host the leaders, executives, and CHROs for Uplift, a live stream event featuring conversations on building resilience, fostering motivation, and facilitating organizational growth. Join us virtually and free on March 7th and 8th. So again, hopefully you guys are signed up. And again, of course, Prince Harry will be there. I'm going to put the link in the show notes so that way you can sign up. You can read all about it, but a little bit about it. It says this isn't another conference. Uplift is a confluence of leaders like you committed to the idea that people matter and their transformation is key to building a thriving business today and tomorrow. Uplift offers an immersive 2-day summit where CHROs, CXOs, and other executives can connect with industry icons, renowned researchers, and world-class coaches to share experiences, ideas, and inspiration needed to move their business forward. And so this will be very exciting. I am very, very excited about it. So hopefully you guys are signed up for it. Again, online, in person have all sold out, and just online, I don't know. I'm assuming online you can definitely register. It might, you might still get on, but do it right away just in case. I did it right away. I was like not taking chances. So yeah. What else is happening? Invictus is happening. So teams are doing great. The German ambassador to Romania, he is doing great. Pierre Gebauer, I guess. He's a German ambassador. He tweeted this out. He says, they are getting ready. Romania is getting ready for Invictus Games 2023 hosted by Germany in Dusseldorf. Proud to attend today's presentation of their Romanian team in Bucharest with Minister Angel Tilva. So they are all excited for the athletes going off to the Invictus Games. I'm assuming, he may be there as well. Who knows? But it's really great that the German ambassador is excited about the Romanian team who will be going off to Invictus Games. So it's very excited. Again, last Invictus Game was one of the wonderful things was seeing all of these, government officials and military officials really celebrate veterans and celebrate their victories and triumphs and difficulties and all of it at the Invictus Games. So Invictus is coming up. So Team Romania is getting there. We saw Team Nigeria all set to go as well. So that is very, very, very exciting. Moving, switch subject a bit. I hope you guys got a chance to read our blog. I'm doing the blog much more often now that I've figured out what it is we want to do with it. And it's going to be a blog about, inspiring stories and hopefully little videos that I film around the city. And again, if you are a part of the 2 Cents crew member and you want to do a story, if you have a story that's a little story that's encouraging, inspiring, definitely if you'd like to submit it in, and we'll put it on the blog and have you be a guest blogger for the day. That would be great. So this, I've talked about them last year, and I don't know if you remember, I spoke about when I went to photograph this. They were doing a little promo for the power of shower. So I spoke about it last year when I did this video about that was the first time I had ever seen it. I didn't know it existed, where there's an organization that really supply and provide showers for our homeless brothers and sisters, or unhoused brothers and sisters, who many of whom for weeks and weeks, maybe months, have not had a shower. Maybe people are going years without a shower. And we, if you read the blog, I tell you, let you know how important that is to me. Like, some people are bath people. I'm a hot shower person. That's my thing. And how important it is to me, and just knowing and just being there with, when we were filming this and doing the little promo for them. Yes, all the people from the community. This was they were at a church here in New Haven, Connecticut, and so many unhoused people came to get showers, and some of them were brought by case there. They have social workers. They've connected with social workers that would bring their clients to come and have a shower. And it was just really the most incredible thing, just to see the transformation of the people come in, and clothes are dirty. They have not obviously had a shower in a long time, or change of clothes in a long time. And they come in and they get clean clothes and clean underwear and socks, and clean. They get a bag with masks and little essentials that they would need, and they go into a brand sparkling clean shower. Every single person that goes in and take a shower, when they leave, they completely, the lengths they go to clean the shower after each person use it is, and of course too, it was, in the middle of COVID, so it was even extra care. And it's just so every person that walk into a brand clean, safe space. And there's a bench in there that they could sit for a few minutes. And it was just such a great, I had never seen it before. I'd never even thought of it. And I left there so inspired and so blown away. And, Walter and his, that's Walter on the left, and his two volunteers that were working with him. They're so wonderful, and the people come and they are so great. They have these long conversations with them, and people were hugging, and it just was like, they have like all these tubs of clothes. And one of the things that really impressed me with Walter was, it could have been where somebody needs like a t-shirt, and you just like, okay, we just give them any size. And it was just the care that Walter had, that he wanted to be so specific with each person to make sure they had the perfect size to fit them. And he was just saying, no, this would be too big for you. How about we try this one? This will look, it was just so much care that, you would forgive to say, well, it's a t-shirt. It doesn't matter. I'm probably medium and I use huge, extra large t-shirts, but it was so important for him that each person, and he's like, ask, okay, what size do you think your feet are? So we make sure you get the perfect size of socks for you. And that's how detailed he was with each person. It was just like so impressive to me, that he just went out. It just went the extra mile. And so when people left there, they felt like somebody cared. Somebody looked at me and cared enough to even find out my shoe size so that they can make sure that the socks I have could match my foot and it's not too big or too small. And it just was like, oh my goodness. And then they leave with snacks, and, they give them bottled water and snacks and stuff like that. And it just was the most amazing thing to me. And it's really great. And they've partnered up with different city, like the city, to be able to be at different places. And they also, I think, work with another organization called, I think, Showers of Blessings. It's called, that they are with the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and that they do it in New York as well. So it's really wonderful to see the care for our unhoused brothers and sisters. So if you haven't seen the video, it's there. I'm going to put the link to our blog. It's in our community page. Take a look at it and see. And also, again, so yeah, it's really wonderful to see that in spite of the world, there are angels among us. So it is just wonderful. So yeah, and so we have the blog. This was very long and winded, but we have the blog, Facts and Two Cents blog, and we also have our book club, which is coming up on the 25th, and we're going to be doing Tyler Perry's Higher is Waiting. So hope you have the book. It is an amazing book if you haven't read it. And again, you think, oh, Tyler Perry, I know Tyler Perry, but from his movies and stuff, and you read the book and you're like, I didn't know nothing about this man. I knew nothing about Tyler Perry's life, zero about Tyler Perry's life. And so the book is extremely inspiring about, the lessons he's learned and encouraging others, and the kind of life he is and the life he lives, and just, the principles that he follows in his life. And it's so inspiring. So I look forward to chatting with you guys about it on the 25th at 1 p.m. Our 2 Cents Club, 2 Cents Book Club. So we have 2 Cents Book Club. So we have a podcast, we have a blog, and now we have a book club. So hope everybody, and I'm hoping all of us feel like we can participate in all of this. So it is just, it's wonderful. And again, if you're 2 Cents Crew, just so you know, for the book club, the first hour is for our 2 Cents Crew. They'll be calling in the chat, and then after that we open it up for a wider community. So yeah, so very, very, very exciting. And thank you guys so much for who chose Higher is Waiting. I'm just like very much blown away, because before I didn't even know Tyler Perry wrote a book. That's how much I didn't know anything about him. So at least what he's doing apart from his movies and TV shows. So it is a really good recommendation. So I'm going to jump in the chat before we end. And let's just jump in here and see what you guys are saying. Lydia, our awesome moderator, says, yeah, book club. Yeah, I know. Excited for this as well. I can't seem to move on from Spare, but we'll have it read before the club meeting. I know, right? Spare is so addictive. I totally understand. It's hard to let it go. It's really, really, and I think that's why it's still at number 1. It's really hard to let it go. But Lydia, let it go. Let it go. But yes, definitely read it. There's a lot. We may have to break it up into maybe two different book clubs, because there's a lot to get out of that book. So yeah. Let's see. Kikis and Cream, our other awesome moderator, says, everyone, please pray for the Sussexes. They really need it. Also pray for each other and the world. Prayer is truly a powerful weapon against the enemy. True. Everything. Yes. Everything you just said. Yes, we definitely need to pray for them, because goodness, I can't imagine trying to live your life and your own family is I don't even know how you do that. I don't even know how you respond to that. So yes, definitely pray and eat for each other, as we see even in our chat where family members are passing and all of that stuff. So we all need prayer. Elaine says, the video shows there is good in the world. It sure does. It sure does. And, I'm so happy that there are these people that is just, Lord just puts it on their heart to just love in this way and give in this way. And even if it's not a natural, there's always something we can do. We can always fight or whatever it is and give and reach out beyond ourselves, even if it's not a natural inclination to do it. So yeah, it's really wonderful. Nancy Austin says, I peddle such innovations make the world a better place filled with love. Yes, absolutely. And I am trying my best to focus more on that side, because there is so much negativity in so many ways, and it's like it makes me anxious sometimes, even sometimes being on Twitter, it's like, ugh. That's why I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to stick to Spoutable, because there's not that negativity there. And I feel like that's where where I'm going with my mind, because it's like, that stuff is not healthy. It is not healthy at all. So the more positive, encouraging things that let's make that be the norm instead of the negative stuff. Let's see. Hope's Garden. Hi, Hope's Garden. She says, "Oh, Petal, loved your film. Oh, loved your film and the power of the shower. Great idea. You did a great. Oh, thank you. Though I didn't really have to do anything, Walter just, he did a great job sharing, about his company. So yeah." Anfu says, Invictus is fast becoming a world event. Celebrating our heroes all around the world is pure joy. It sure is. It sure is. And I love the joy and the respect people have for it, and the joy they have participating in it. And just, it's wonderful when you see people their life just change, and all of a sudden it gives them hope. And, you can't beat that. Definitely can't be that. Mary 8 says, great news for Invictus. Congrats to our Royal Ginger. Yes. Absolutely. Let's see. Rolling up. Let's see more before we end. Joyce Voss. Hi, Joyce. Joyce says, yes, I already registered for the virtual. The in-person tickets are sold out. Yes, it is. So, and this is the uplift from Better Up. So yes, definitely, they should be still able to register for that, for the online. But so go ahead and do it quickly if there is, so that you make sure you get in. So yes, let's see. Lorna says, oh, she's talking to Lydia. Peer Team Sussex had a podcast where she pulled up the court papers and said the deposition side of the case dismissed because of improper filing. Oh, okay, this is what we were talking about before. Okay, yeah. And again, the dates on those were incorrect. That's why I just left it alone until, they change it or something. So yeah. We'll see. I mean, I'm assuming, if it's a go that somebody would pick it up and some legit reporter or outlet would talk about it, or maybe not, because, when it comes to the Sussexes, the bad news and the negative stuff is what people like to go with. And when there is news where they, have won, people, other than if you're the squatties, they like to put a lid on that, especially if you're UK. The US media will pick up positive stuff, but the UK, not so much. They would want the negative stuff. Let's see. Flora says, hello everyone. Pedal, I can honestly tell you that's what English women think. Throughout my visit in some of their dirty homes, I see abuses, but if the woman says nothing, we do nothing. You mean in terms of if the person abused don't say anything, people don't say anything even though they know? Is that what you're saying? Please explain a little bit more. But and again, that's not to say that abuse of women doesn't happen around the world. It does. I mean, in the US, and even I remember when the Sussexes were in South Africa, one of the things that they did was violence against women. That there were all these protests because of all these murders and stuff like that of young women. This is happening all over. But I think that the thing that has been coming up especially lately with the UK, is just there's so much, and there are no consequences, almost no consequences for this behavior, and where people are literally making excuses for it and victim blaming, and so it's just very, very, very alarming to see. Let's see. I am going to scroll down to see some more. Cookies and Cream says, Lydia, I must confess I'm on my fifth listen. I'm on my fifth listen to Spared audiobook. I'm also rewatching Harry and Meghan on Netflix. I might need a Sussex detox. LOL. You do, Cookies and Cream. And when you figured it out and got it, can you please send it to me as well? Yes, please send it. I think this must be true for all Sussex one. Okay, everybody, this is a command. We must stop watching we must stop watching the Harry and Netflix docuseries and put Spare down, Tyler Perry's book, because everyone has to participate in the book club. So this is a command. Put down Spare. You can always go back to it after it, but put it down, including myself. So yes, believe me, I totally understand. So yes. Gail says, Fiddle, what is your name on Spoutable? I was looking for you. Oh, Facts and 2 Cents. Just Facts and 2 Cents. It's the same on Spoutable. It's the same on Twitter. At Facts and 2 Cents, as in the number 2 cents. So yeah, same thing on Spoutable and Twitter. So yeah. So find me and follow, and I'll follow you back. So let's see. And again, just a reminder, if you are Jamaican, Guyana, anywhere in the Caribbean, and you are trying to get on Spoutable and can't get on, send me an email or something, because if that's an issue, then maybe it's just all over the Caribbean that's having an issue. And so I would think Spoutable would want a worldwide community, and they would want to fix whatever the problem is with that. So yeah. Or maybe use a different way to verify people to make sure that they're on it. So who knows? So let me know. You can definitely email me at factsand2cents@gmail.com, or just put it in the regular comments, not these comments, because these are going to be shut off. So put it in the regular comments. So there. Let's see. Floor's a little bit more of an explanation from Floor. She says, but even if you report it, the woman abused have to back you up. If she doesn't, the system does nothing till she ends up in the hospital or deleted. Yikes. Well, yeah, if you report something, then she, it happens here as well. If sometimes they are trying to protect their abusers. It's such a complex thing when you're dealing with this stuff, so it just, education, support for women who, when you see a situation like even the last week where this whole family, this husband took out this entire family, and in the press they are blaming the woman because she has a good job. I think she was a head of a college or a university or something. They're blaming her for her husband, I guess, feeling not good enough. That's why he, as you mentioned, deleted her. And it's just like, are you serious? And so when you see stuff like that, it's hard for people to come forward with stuff like, because they're feeling like, if I come forward with it, I'm going to be blamed. And it just, oh God, it's such a sickness in this society. It's unbelievable. Absolutely. And that is why the British press, it is the root of so many that is bad, and so many pain and suffering that's going on in this country. And I don't understand why more is not being done to take it out, especially the tabloid press, to root out that thing, because it's destroying society. So anyways, Mary 8 says, I'm guilty. I'm guilty of watching Archie playing the piano. He is such a cutie pie. Yes, that is. What is he playing? Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Stars, I think. It is hard. It is definitely hard. Okay, we are being terrible right now. I'm telling you, put it down, and everybody's like reminiscing. Cookies and Cream, I go back to the part where Archie is talking about his dirty foot. We are terrible. We are terrible. We are never going to leave this docuseries alone. We are terrible. What are they going to do with us? Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Let's see. Yes, yes, we are all hooked. We are a sad group of people. We are sad and hopeless in this case. I mean, I'm telling you, Harry and Meghan docu-series and spares for squatties. They knew we needed it. So, um, let's see. Oh, Patricia's like, I'm listening to Spare now. Took a break to listen to Pedal. Patricia, you're supposed to be reading Tyler Perry's book. You're supposed to be reading. What am I? We're gonna end up. You know what? We're gonna end up on February 25th. I'll be like, okay, let's talk about Tyler Perry and Higher is Waiting, and all I'm gonna get is so about part 3 of Spare. We're just not gonna get anywhere. Come on, people. This is terrible. We definitely have to do a 10-step program because this is terrible. Let's see. Lorna says the mayor of Toronto is stepping down after just starting his new term because he had an affair with a former staffer. His wife and public has forgiven him, but he feels he must resign. So I see Toronto is having their issues too. They're going through their issues. Oh my goodness. It just never fails. It just, goodness, never ever fails. Anfu says, why tell us to report abuse yet in your face for years? Yes, it's in your face for years and you do not. Exactly. And again, even worse, they blame the victim. So, yeah. Lord, Patricia. She watched a docuseries last. I'm like, we are definitely hopeless. This book club is not going to go well at all. I could just see it now. It's written in the stars. This book club is going to be all about Spare. I just know it. This is terrible. Alan Vernon, thank you so much. Thank you. I read the Tyler Perry. Oh, there we go. So we at least have one person. Wait, I read the cover of the. This is terrible, Alan. This is absolutely terrible. He read the cover of the book. I'm like, y'all people are terrible. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. It's just like, okay, you have 2 weeks? No, it's like a week and something to read Tyler Perry's book. I'm telling you, I am reading this book. I'm listening to it. I love my Audible, so I walk and listen. You will be so inspired, and then you'll become. And I'm telling, okay, this is a challenge. Put down Spare for a minute and read this book. And then come back to Spare, because a lot of things he talks about is like, oh wow, because a lot of it is about healing. And I could imagine, because I was walking yesterday and I was listening to it and I was like, oh my gosh, so many of the things that Tyler Perry talking about this book, I could imagine him having a conversation with Harry about healing, about forgiveness, about all of those things, because he had to go through them because of, again, I was so shocked at some of the things, I'm not going to say what it is, about the experiences Tyler went through. And that's why he related so much when he said, they were abused. Harry and Meghan were abused. That's why Tyler Perry, when you read it, you'll understand why he knew right away. He could tell the signs. And some of the things and the ways that he was able to heal and work through it and learn and be able to not copy the behavior of what happened in his past as a child. Now it's amazing. And I could totally imagine him and Harry and Meghan having conversations from when you read that book. So I would say definitely because yesterday I was listening to part of it. I think I was in chapter 20 something and listening to it. It was like, oh my gosh, yes. So you will enjoy it. So that is the challenge. But thank you so much, Alan Vernon, for your donation. And Alan was our mystery donor. We're part of donating Spare and Higher is Waiting to our squatties that needed some help with getting. So they were kind enough to purchase and send off books to people. So thank you, Alan, and also thank you to our wonderful mystery donor. You guys are angels. You are squatty angels. So let's do one more before we end. Let's see. Karen Warner says, I think we're moving on to another book too quickly because it takes time to read Spare. And you want to read it again and again and listen to the Audible. It's still in our system. I know, Karen. I'm not saying not to, to read it like 15 million times, which I'm sure we would be reading it 15 million times. All I'm saying is put it down a little bit, read Higher is Waiting, and you will see some of the things that you will read in there can totally apply to Spare, and then come back and read Spare, and I'm sure you'll see some of those things. It would make it so much more hopeful because you see someone who has walked that path before. That's all I'm saying. Trust me on this. Really trust me, and just put down Spare. So there, just put it down. I know the struggle. I know we're hopeless, but we can do this only because on the 25th, we are not talking about Spare. I don't care. We're not talking about it. So there you go. We're talking about Higher is Waiting. So I'm just protecting our book club. That's all I'm doing. So there. Karen is like, but we need more time. We've had a whole month. I know. We can always come back to it. So there. Let's see. Karen also said, I know Tyler's story from Oprah interview he did. Oh, I never saw an Oprah interview he did. And again, that's how little I know about Tyler. I don't really know anything about it. Oh, I'm going to go watch that too. Thank you for recommending. So there's another way we can learn about Tyler as well, apart from the book. And so, yeah, the book is just very inspiring, and a lot of it biblical, texts and stuff like that. And he uses to inspire and encourage and all of that stuff. So it's absolutely fantastic. So anyways, yes, lots of laughs. Thank you, Lorna, because we are ridiculous. But, we all understand we are addicted, and it's great to know that I'm not the only addict here, that we are among friends. We are addicts amongst friends, and there is no judgment. No judgment at all from any one of us. So, because we're all messed together. So there we go. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to our awesome moderators, Lydia Church Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream. Thank you, as always, for the amazing, amazing work you do, keeping our space safe and fun and exciting. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, we're a bunch of crazy ones, but hey, I would not have it any other way. And I'm sure you won't either. And thank you to our wonderful 2 Cents crew who support the channel monthly. Thank you so much for your kind support. Again, out of the kindness of your heart, you do this, and I appreciate it. And to our wonderful Gold Star supporters, who I never did change that name, did I? But it'll stay Gold Star supporters because you're a gold. Maybe I should do platinum, which is even better. Thank you so much who supported. You see in the chat, whether it's donations or super thanks or super stickers or any way, or PayPal, Cash App, or merchandise. Thank you all so much for all the support that you give to the channel, give to me, and all of your laughs and all of the fun and education that I learned from you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Flora, thank you for your super sticker. I just say, God, thank you for your donation and your super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic day, whatever it is you're doing. I love you all. I will see you. I'm probably gonna jump over to Baron and Duchess of Success at some point, I think, if I have a minute. But anyways, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. I love you all. Bye.